North Korea is in every respect a shadow world. People shrouded in secrecy, the doors locked, a land forged by war and still guarded by the gun. In here there is just blind devotion to the leader Kim Jong-un, so young and inexperienced, in the shadow of his father and grandfather, the founder of the country, Kim Il-sung. He is our supreme commander, this soldier says, and he is just like the great leader Kim Il-sung and the dear leader Kim Jong-il. We'd like to be 10,000 guns and bombs to safeguard him.
In 1945, after the liberation from Japan, Kim Il-sung pledged to build a nation with strength, wealth and knowledge. Now, nearly 70 years later, his grandson, the supreme leader, struggles to feed his own people.
For a country crippled by sanctions, no expense is being spared to celebrate the centenary of the birth of the man they call father. In this Pyongyang stadium, countless thousands have gathered, part of a week-long spectacular. The capital is busy and crowded with cars and people shopping. Our government minders have opened access to what they consider a showpiece. But outside the city, a glimpse into an entirely different world. We couldn't leave our train, but through our window, the hardship couldn't be hidden. People tilling the harsh ground for food, a land that can't grow enough to support them. Aid agencies report people with stunted growth and children with chronic malnutrition. Defectors tell of scrounging for corn or even stripping bark from trees to survive. While North Korea spends its money on military and weapons and tributes to the leaders, the regime still goes to the international community for aid. Now the food promised from the United States will not arrive. That deal scuttled by North Korea's failed rocket launch, denounced by the US and others. But here the image is of power, not suffering. These soldiers whipped into a frenzy, and with no doubt who the enemy is. We feel anger at the US imperialists, they say. More than half a century on, this nation has still not let go of the war.
Is the US your enemy? Do you consider the US your enemy?
They denounce South Korea too as American puppets dominated by imperialists, and they vow to fight to the death for their country. As long as there are American troops on South Korean soil, the threat of war will never be removed. In this shadowland, might can so easily hide misery when the leader looms so large. Stan Grant, CNN, Pyongyang.